Hello, my friend. I know you're here because perhaps the word wealth feels like a distant dream. Maybe you're struggling with suffocating debt, an uncertain future, or the feeling that you'll never have enough. I understand that pain, that anguish. For a long time, I viewed wealth as something unattainable, reserved for a select few, those born lucky. But what if I told you that wealth isn't just about your bank account balance? What if I told you that right now, you might already be on the path to becoming truly wealthy without even realizing it? This is a profound truth few people tell you. True, lasting, and liberating wealth doesn't arrive all at once like a lightning bolt. It manifests in subtle signs, in habits you build, in choices you make, and in shifts in mindset that transform your present and pave your future. These changes, though often imperceptible daily, are the foundations that lead to genuine financial freedom. And today, I'm going to unveil 10 of these secret signs. If you recognize them in yourself, they will show you that wealth isn't a destination, but a journey you've already begun. This revelation could be the key to unlocking the financial freedom you've been searching for. Get ready, because what you're about to hear today will fundamentally change how you see money, success, and most importantly, yourself. Let's embark on this journey of discovery and empowerment together. The first powerful sign, and perhaps the most counterintuitive, is that you no longer seek approval for what you spend, but for what you build. Think deeply with me. Why do so many people find themselves drowning in debt? Why do we buy things we don't need, with money we don't truly have, to impress people we may not even like? It's because society conditions us to value external status and rampant consumption. For parents, it's the pressure for designer clothes or Instagrammable vacations. For young investors, it's showing off a new car. For self-employed professionals, it's the lavish office. For entrepreneurs, it's living the CEO life before profitability. But the person on the path to genuine wealth sheds these external pressures. They stop caring. They don't need the newest car or smartphone for validation. Their worth comes from within, from seeing savings grow, having an emergency fund, and investing in education or health. They understand that every dollar saved, every debt paid off, every cent invested, is a brick in their financial freedom. Wealth manifests when you trade external approval for internal peace. When the satisfaction of having money work for you surpasses the euphoria of impulsive purchases. Have you felt this shift? If so, congratulations, you're silently building wealth. Imagine money as seeds. Most consume them as bread. The rich in training plants them, cultivating a garden for generations. They prioritize the future harvest over today's temporary feast. They build and create lasting value rather than merely spending. This is a profound shift from a consumer to a creator mindset. Now let's move to the second equally powerful sign. You prioritize increasing your income streams instead of solely focusing on cutting expenses. Cutting expenses is crucial, often the first step to financial recovery. For indebted parents, young people on tight budgets, or professionals feeling money disappear, tightening the belt is fundamental. But there's a finite limit to how much you can cut. You can't endlessly cut essentials like food, housing, or education. The truly wealth-building individual understands that real leverage isn't just in what they stop spending, but in what they start generating. Their mindset shifts from scarcity to abundance. They ask, how can I transform my skills into a new income stream? How can I use my free time to create value? For professionals, it's seeking new specializations or mentorships to scale their business. For entrepreneurs, it's innovating products or exploring new markets. For those planning retirement, it's professional reinvention or finding passions that generate passive income. For young individuals, it's creating online businesses or monetizing hobbies. As John D. Rockefeller said, don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. In finance, great often means multiple income streams. You don't need a billion-dollar company, but multiple faucets consistently dripping money into your account, even if small at first. The cumulative effect is powerful. Are you thinking about and acting on how to generate more value and income? If so, you're on the path to abundance. And this naturally leads us to the third undeniable sign of impending wealth, You celebrate small financial victories more enthusiastically than you fixate on distant, seemingly unattainable big dreams. Why do so many people give up on building wealth? The journey appears impossibly long, the goals overwhelmingly far. Getting out of debt seems insurmountable. Saving for retirement feels like a lifetime of sacrifice. Building an emergency fund, a Herculean task. For entrepreneurs, only million-dollar revenues seem to matter. However, the individual truly building lasting wealth understands the immense power of small, consistent victories. They don't wait for $1 million to feel successful. Instead, they revel in every tiny debt paid off, every dollar saved, every cent added to savings, every step out of the red, every modest investment goal achieved. They understand wealth is a marathon, not a sprint, and every kilometer covered deserves celebration. Imagine climbing a giant staircase. Most people only feel happy at the top. The wise individual celebrates each step climbed. They look back, appreciating progress, rather than fixating on what remains. This mindset generates motivation, consistency, and resilience. And, are you celebrating your small financial victories? If so, you're cultivating a powerful wealth mindset. And this brings us to the fourth sign, one of the most critical and transformative. You understand, deep in your core, that time is your greatest asset, not money. We live in a world that teaches us to relentlessly trade finite time for money. We work long hours, often not loving what we do, just for a paycheck. For parents, time is scarce, split between work and family. For professionals, time is directly linked to income, limiting earning potential. For entrepreneurs, time is the most precious and fleeting resource. However, the astute individual building genuine wealth grasps a more profound truth. Real power isn't how much money they accumulate, but how much free time they can strategically buy back. They actively seek ways to make money work tirelessly for them, aiming to no longer be forced to exchange time for financial survival. This means consciously investing in assets that generate passive income, automating processes, and wisely delegating tasks. They build a lifestyle where money liberates them from work, rather than imprisoning them. As Warren Buffett famously declared, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." The wealthy-minded individual understands this deeply. They aren't just earning money, they're building a legacy of time freedom to live their purposes, spend time with loved ones, travel, learn, or simply savor life without constant worry about bills. Are you actively seeking ways to buy back your time? If so, you are on the path to true financial liberation. And finally, the fifth sign, which for me is the most profound and ultimately transformative indicator of all. You experience more peace about your financial future than you do anxiety. This is truly the pinnacle, the ultimate reward of this demanding journey. Most people live with a perpetual knot in their stomach when thoughts turn to the future. Retirement looms as a terrifying ghost. A health emergency is synonymous with despair. Dreams of home ownership or children's education feel frustratingly out of reach. This pervasive anxiety paralyzes, drains energy, and prevents assertive financial decisions. However, the individual firmly on the path to genuine wealth, even without a massive fortune, experiences a growing, profound sense of peace about their future. Why? Because they are actively taking consistent, deliberate action. They are diligently building their robust emergency fund. They are strategically investing, even small amounts. They are meticulously paying off debts. And, crucially, they are ceaselessly learning about money. This relentless proactivity cultivates an empowering sense of control and security, a quiet confidence that, regardless of challenges, they will have the resources and knowledge to face them. They understand they are planting seeds today to reap an abundant harvest tomorrow. Imagine sailing a small boat on a turbulent sea. Most people cling to the boat, terrified of sinking. The wisely wealthy, amidst the storm, diligently build and fortify a lifeboat. They are learning to sail, to read the weather, to fix what breaks. They don't have all answers, but they have confidence in their preparation. This peace is not merely the absence of problems. It is the powerful presence of a solution. Are you consistently feeling more peace and significantly less anxiety about your financial future? If so, you are on the right path to embracing true abundance. Remember what Seneca wisely stated: "It is not the lack of money that causes anxiety, but the lack of control over it." The peace that genuine wealth brings is, above all, the peace of control, autonomy, and the ability to choose your own destiny. Now let's deepen our journey and uncover 5 more powerful signs, because wealth is a dynamic and continuous path of self-knowledge, strategic action, and profound personal transformation. The 6th unmistakable sign that you are on the path to wealth without truly realizing it is this: you seek to learn continuously about money, not merely out of obligation, but from genuine, unquenchable curiosity. When did your interest in finance first truly ignite? Perhaps out of necessity, or a momentary nudge. But the person truly building wealth transforms that necessity into an enduring passion. They don't read investment books because they have to. They do it because they desire to unravel the secrets of how money truly works. They engage with content like this to profoundly expand their financial worldview. This deep curiosity is the most potent fuel for continuous financial evolution. For parents, this means seeking ways to educate children about money and avoiding consumerism pitfalls. For young investors, it's the thirst to explore new markets and strategies. For those preparing for retirement, it's the diligent search for knowledge about pension plans and asset protection. And for professionals and entrepreneurs, it's the relentless study of cash flow, capital management, and market trends. This hunger for knowledge is a clear indicator that your mind is progressively expanding, preparing itself to embrace an abundant financial future. Wealth often follows intelligence, and intelligence is built by curiosity. The 7th sign is both profound and often overlooked. You consciously surround yourself with individuals who truly inspire and uplift you financially, and you purposefully distance yourself from those who tend to drag you down. Reflect on who you spend the most quality time with. The popular saying suggests we often become the average of the 5 people with whom we spend the most time. This applies universally to health, mood, and critically financial outcomes. If you're consistently surrounded by people who complain about money, spend irresponsibly, or plunge into debt, you'll likely absorb their habits. Conversely, the individual building wealth actively seeks to connect with those who embody a prosperity mindset and engage in healthy financial conversations. This doesn't mean abandoning friends, but actively seeking new sources of positive inspiration, study groups, mentorships, communities that propel you forward. This shift in social environment, even if subtle, is a profound watershed. It's like trading a weight that drags you down for powerful wings. Genuine wealth is remarkably contagious when you allow yourself to be positively influenced by the right kind of people. Our 8th sign speaks directly to resilience. You learn deeply from your financial mistakes, and crucially, you do not repeat them. Instead, you embrace them as invaluable lessons. Who hasn't made a financial misstep? An impulsive purchase, a bad investment, a debt that spiraled? These are natural. The problem isn't the mistake, but how you react. Most people blame themselves, get frustrated, and give up, repeating errors. The individual building sustainable wealth approaches setbacks differently. They meticulously analyze what went wrong, extract the lesson, adjust their course, and move forward, stronger and wiser. They don't cling to failure. They embrace learning. For entrepreneurs, a business failure is a high-cost MBA. For young investors, a loss is a lesson on risk. For parents, hardship becomes a family re-education plan. As Benjamin Franklin said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Learning from mistakes is one of the most valuable forms of knowledge investment. This capacity to re-emerge and learn is a rare financial superpower. We've arrived at the 9th sign, speaking to your essence. You are diligently building something that possesses genuine purpose, something that intrinsically generates profound value for others, rather than merely chasing money for money's sake. True, lasting wealth rarely materializes from purely selfish pursuits. The largest fortunes, most resilient businesses, and most successful careers are built on clear purpose, passion, and solving a problem. For professionals, it's excellence in client care. For entrepreneurs, it's innovation that solves a market pain. For young investors, it's choosing companies aligned with their values. For parents, It's pursuing a financial life that empowers them to provide the best for their family with dignity and security. When money becomes a means to a greater purpose, it astonishingly flows with greater ease. Wealth becomes a byproduct of something more significant, a passion, a service, a contribution. When you are genuinely engaged in something that matters to you and the world, money becomes an amplifier of your purpose, not the end itself. The universe often conspires in favor of those aligned with purpose and serving others. And the 10th and final sign, which powerfully ties all the preceding ones together. You possess a crystal clear vision of your financial future, and critically, you act consistently and persistently in direct alignment with that vision, regardless of the inevitable obstacles that arise. Most people spend financial lives merely reacting to problems, firefighting without a long-term plan. They dream of freedom, retirement, home ownership, but these dreams remain vague. The individual building sustainable wealth possesses unparalleled clarity. They know precisely where they want to arrive, when, and what steps to take. And most crucially, they act. Daily. Without excuses. Even on challenging days, they have the unwavering discipline to meticulously adhere to their plan. For parents, this means detailed financial planning for children's education. For young individuals, a rigorous schedule of contributions. For those preparing for retirement, periodic goal reviews. For professionals and entrepreneurs, a robust plan for growth and reinvestment. This profound clarity of vision, coupled with unyielding consistency, serves as both the compass and the powerful engine that propels you forward, even through the fiercest financial storms. Remember Lao Tzu. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Every single step with clarity and consistency brings you closer to your ultimate vision of wealth. I know that the journey to profound financial freedom can often seem incredibly intimidating, an uphill battle. This feeling can be particularly acute for you, perhaps a parent trapped by debt, a young person starting out unsure where to begin, an experienced professional dreaming of a peaceful retirement, or an entrepreneur grappling with anxieties despite dedicating your life to your business. But the undeniable truth, my friend, is that genuine wealth is not some remote, unattainable destination for a lucky few. Rather, it is a living, breathing process, a continuous series of conscious choices, consistent habits, and profound shifts in mindset that you diligently cultivate every single day. If, as you listened, you recognized one or more of these powerful signs within yourself, then I urge you, stop for a moment and truly celebrate. You are indeed already well on your way, perhaps further than you ever imagined. And if perhaps you haven't yet identified these signs, please, do not worry. Do not despair. Embrace this moment. Consider this video your profound call to action. This is your incredible opportunity to genuinely start now. Every single, seemingly small change you implement, every dollar meticulously saved, every debt diligently paid off, every new lesson you absorb about money is not just a step, but a giant leap forward toward your ultimate financial freedom. You possess, within your core, the inherent capacity, the untapped power, to build the financial life you have always dreamed of. It truly does not matter where you are starting from. What matters infinitely more is the direction you are now consciously choosing to move towards. True wealth is not an exclusive club. Wealth is for every individual who consciously decides to meticulously build it, brick by painstaking brick, day after day, with unwavering commitment. Do not postpone your future, your peace, or your potential any longer. Begin today, right this moment, to actively apply the profound insights you've gained here. Share this powerful video with someone you love who needs this message of hope and empowerment. Leave a comment below, sharing which of these crucial signs resonated most deeply with you, or which one you are committed to actively cultivating starting from today. Your transformative journey to genuine wealth truly begins now, with your very first courageous action. And know this, I will be right here, every single step of the way, to guide you, to support you, and to celebrate your progress. Believe in yourself. Believe wholeheartedly in your boundless potential. Financial freedom is possible, and it is undoubtedly closer than you might possibly imagine.